bro, I'm just holding my breath here because I was expecting him to fall into the canyon there.
Working at all.
Oh,
well,
there we go.
I get for saying that. Okay, attempt number
I should have just let it play.
553. And then we bounce off the thing, and then it's like, oops, so it makes it after all. Things are going great. I don't know this for sure, but
Hello, ye shower bastards. In today's video, we'll be reacting to the final 2 episodes of Let's Game It Out playing Satisfactory. So hope you enjoy.
Hey there, it's Josh. Welcome back to Let's Game It Out. We're playing Satisfactory today, my favorite factory game that's all about excess. Like, you could build a normal factory, but why? When you can make abominations like this. And then when this base gets completely out of control, you can slide your way across the map and make something even more wild. But that's really the beauty of this game, is take something and make it beautiful in your own way. Like, it gives you stuff like drones, which are used for transporting.
Or you could make a tornado out of them. You could have 2 tornadoes. Why have 1 when you could have 2?
Items. Or you can make hundreds of them, slap explosives all over them, and then send them all across the map and pretend you're in Top Gun. Watch your 6. Oh, and also I sent them all to try and land on one platform. So now they're just waiting forever. A beautiful column of drones into the sky. Anyway, welcome to Satisfactory, where everything in my base is a mess. And in this video, we're gonna try and make that better. Spoiler, we're gonna make it worse. All that's
what we want.
It's all cementing in your brain.
That's what that counts as better. When you say worse, you mean better, and when you say better, you mean worse.
Let me tell you about today's sponsor. I've partnered with Paradox Interactive to highlight a hot deal coming up right now for City Skylines. So let me tell you the 2 things you need to know most. For one, you can play City Skylines right now for free, because from November 10th to the 14th over on
2022, that's over 3 years ago. I think I'm a little late to that.
Steam, it's free to download and try for yourself. And the other thing you need to know is this game is amazing for screwing around. Oh, and also building like functional sprawling cities. I wouldn't personally know, unless you count what I'm doing here, where I'm changing a simple bridge into something a little more adventurous. Yeah, let's go with adventurous. Sorry, officer. I hope you don't have anywhere to be in a hurry. And in addition to this, we're also just trying to make people as unhappy as possible. And if we're lucky, a bunch of, quote, natural disasters will bless our city. Somebody call the fire department. Just kidding. I deleted all those. I mean, this is all kind of a form of city management, right? So if you're up for some city building or city unbuilding, maybe take a gander at the link in the description, which will take you where you need to go to get started. So that's pretty much it. Super easy recommendation. I'm sure the game agrees with me that City Skylines is a blast. And thanks again to Paradox for sponsoring. So our first major thing we have to do is find a way to get all of these resources from this base, and we're gonna move it over here to something new, specifically these beautiful floating platforms.
This looks like a nice place to destroy. This would look really well with the roller coasters rolling on top of it.
I mean, look at all the lush landscape here. We've got platforms to put stuff. We've got waterfalls. And we've also got all kinds of flora to destroy. Who said you could grow in my new base? But don't worry, we have a tried and true solution for that. What do you think of this tree? Much better. And I haven't forgotten about you pesky leaves. Everybody gets a piece. Oh, but there's so much of this to take out. That's okay. I think I have a solution for how to take care of this stuff quickly. It's called explosives. First things first, we gotta do a quick test. I realize this doesn't seem like it'll pack a punch, but it should be enough to take care of this little old tree. Here goes nothing.
Oh, it does.
Yep, that sure worked a treat, didn't it? Well, I think we know what needs to happen now. We gotta put these things all over the place. There's plenty to go around. You know, I kind of have to...
Dude, could you not could you not turn the drones into kamikaze pilots? Is there a way we could figure this out?
This overkill for one plant. Like, I could just walk up and do this to all of those. But who wants to do landscaping with their hands? Anyway, I'm sure that this will be enough. We've got explosives in pretty much everything. Too many? No such.
I'd laugh if they, like, secretly added an update that lets explosives blow up, like, actual minerals, so, like, the ground. And he just sets these all off and everything is gone.
And it's not just up here either. We've also rigged everything down here. These trees are going to be no match for all.
He'd have all this done already. Yeah, he'd have this all cleared, but it's a lot funnier to do it this way.
All these explosives. Anyway, here goes nothing. Yeah, take that, all you individual little bushes. Uh-oh, did I miss one? Just kidding. Oh, see, now this is what progress looks like. If by progress we mean combusting everything not nailed down. Yep, that'll about do it. I mean, you wouldn't necessarily know, because it turns out some of this foliage is permanent, but that's okay. Anyway, now that we have all this empty...
Don't worry, it'll be covered in uranium soon enough.
out space, it's time to bring our stuff over, starting with our desert base.
Oh my god.
And in case you're wondering, what are we gonna do with all of these drones? Are we gonna use them for beautiful transporting? And the answer is no. What I'm trying to say is this thing is like a monument now, so there's no way we're touching it. That honestly, it doesn't matter where in the world you are. All you need to do is look to the sky, and there's Drone-tasia just waiting for you. So you're probably wondering, if not the drones, how are we gonna transport all of this stuff? Because oh boy, is there a lot of effort. You know, like these things and these.
I mean, this man has spent like 5 hours just adding belts for no reason. I think spending like 2 hours moving everything to one spot is more reasonable.
These things and all of this stuff. But don't you worry, the solution is right in front of us. It's called a tractor. So versatile, so bulky. And we're gonna use it to get over this ridge right here. And it's not gonna be as easy as just hopping in and driving this thing over everything. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's pretty good at handling some of this. But we can't possibly ask it to handle all of this, can we? Wait, or can we? Easy. Just watch your head, buddy. Nope, I take it back. We are nice and stuck. And it's not like we can just start it even closer.
What if you did the mini cart? The really tiny one that you're taller than.
Because there's no way it's going to be able to traverse all this stuff. But that's okay. We're going to employ the use of another friend. Do you remember these? There we go. Jump pads.
Launch
Here's
pads.
A refresher in case you don't remember. That's it. They launch you. But the one thing I don't know for sure is if we can use trucks on these. So let's give it a shot and find out. Here goes nothing. Oh, well, shiver me timbers, it does work. Well, this gives me an idea. If we can get it to bounce off one like that, then why not more? You get to set their overall trajectory, and you can adjust that any way you want. So if I move this so that it's basically gonna land right here, and then I take another one, and I place it here, so that whatever's flying off of this first pad will fly right into the air and then land on this one, and then will it bounce up and fly all the way over there? Only one way to find out. Here goes landing on one. All right, let's see if it lands on two.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, it sure does. Well, I'm sure we can see where this is gonna go, right?
Let's get to the top.
All we need to do is put a bunch of these things all around over here so that they can get us up there. This shouldn't be hard at all. We can just build foundations and then put our little jump pad.
It's not actually that hard. It just takes a lot of time. There's a lot of things in life that aren't that hard. They just take time, and most people are too lazy to do it.
Ads on these, positioning them in such a way so that we have a good place to put the next one. And then once that one's in position, we just go ahead and set up for the next one. And we know where it's gonna land, and then so on and so forth. And okay, hold please.
Yeah, hours later. Yeah, see, that's what I mean.
Okay, so I was working on these for a while, and oh boy, all the things I have to show for it. So many jump.
Wait, there's a tractor stuck to the side of that panel. Hold on. Go back. Go back. I want to see the tractor. There he is. You can't see it because of me. Can you? What if I... You can kind of... Oh, I fucked up the model there. You can see the wheel right there. It's fucking stuck to the side.
I have to show for it. So many jump pads. I wish this jump pad business was an Olympic sport, because I would definitely get like bronze or like 4th place. Anyway, let me get to the starting point so you can experience the whole thing as it was meant to be experienced. So here's basically how it works. We get in this truck and then we go down to this first jump pad. And once we do that, it bounces up to here, and then it goes up to here, and then this bounces you farther and farther.
And it just keeps going, I tell you.
Will this actually work? Only one way to find out. Let's go. Mission successful on the first couple of bounces, leading up to these bounce pads that should propel us forward. And oh boy, do we have a journey ahead of us. But the good news is my horn works.
This is gonna take like 10 minutes.
Well, got a little off kilter there, but it looks like we're back on. As you can see, this is an exact science. What a lovely new way to experience all the ins and outs, the nooks and crannies of this base. Oh my god, it's going so well so far. Well, that'll teach me to say anything. And attempt number 2. Much cleaner liftoff this time. I have high confidence. Look how we're landing on each one of those pads.
Nice!
You know, and you can say what you want, but you sure can't beat these views. Uh-oh. Looks like that's it for us. Nope, no, it's not. Oh, it only took 2 tries, but we made it up. Yep, the system is perfect. And before you know it, we're catapulting across these beautiful canyons. It couldn't be more simple, except for that one that I really didn't think we were gonna make. I would like to take this opportunity to mention that I cannot believe this is
I'm just holding my breath here because I was expecting him to fall into the canyon.
Working at all.
Oh,
well,
there we go.
I get for saying that. Okay, attempt number 553. I should have just let it play. And then we bounce off the thing, and then it's like, oops, so it makes it after all. Things are going great. I don't know this for sure, but I think one of the challenges is, especially with a vehicle, it's not an exact science, but also frame rate might play a role in that. But if there's one thing I can tell you, my frame rate is anything but stable. That doesn't mean I'm not confident we can eventually get this. Still going. This is the farthest we've ever, never mind. Oh my god, I think this might be the one. I think we might make it to the next section. Look at all these successful bounces. Life is beautiful. I set up all of these bounce pads, and for what? This moment, that's what. Look, the finish line. We can see it. Nail it. Nail it. Oh my god, we're gonna do it.
All the way down
Close
again.
enough. Okay, so I think we can agree that this is not going according to plan.
No.
And like you, I had a dream of trucks just flying fancy free through the sky. But I think this was probably never meant to be, and I'll show you why. I'm watching this thing from far away, and at a point, something seems to happen. Now, I know from back here, it looks like it's fine, right? Looks like it's just hanging out on something. Oh, but that's not the case. It's just frozen in midair. And then as we get closer to it, it just falls right out of the sky, which leads me to believe that even if we got this working the way we would like it to, there's no way we can automate it, because if we step too far away from the trucks, they won't keep going. And we can't ride every truck to the end. Oh, but don't you worry, we've got a backup plan. But before we move on, we gotta test one thing. We gotta test to see what happens when we launch one of these guys. What's wrong, little guy? Why are you so... Oh, no, you don't. Get back here. Where are you going? Hey, where are you going? I said, where are you going? Yes, run straight to the bounce pads. Ah, there we go. Fly free, little guy. It's for science. Oh, it's probably fine, right? Don't worry, I'm sure he's just sleeping all the way down this dune. In conclusion, it seems like it worked really well. Anyway, we still need a good solution for transporting all these materials, and I think this is going to be the solution. It's another...
Yeah, I'm fairly certain this is the solution you're supposed to use. You're supposed to use this. Instead, you put one into the fucking void. Oh, shit. Everyone's muted.
We can do better than that. Let's see. I want to say sand and successful. Wait, stop right there. Sand cessful. Wait, still not done. Sand cesspool. Yay, we did it. We got there. So we've used trains before, not really to actually transport anything. Back in our old base, we actually have a bunch of trains rolling around right now. They're legitimately here solely to generate electricity, which causes these nuclear plants over here to actually work. Because if they have no reason to generate energy, they won't. And if they're not generating electricity, then they're not generating toxic waste. And if we're not taking steps to ruin every part of the environment, what's the point? Anyway, all that to say, back over at this base, we've never tried to use trains for good. I'm not gonna miss an opportunity to build a bunch of rails, especially because where we're building them could use a little more beautifying, don't you think? I know I do.
It's just,
boy,
it's not
I'm so
enough.
excited. Especially because I know this will be easy to do and take no time at all.
2 hours later.
And connected.
Where
well, that was easy. I'm kind of showing you the end first. But here we are at our station. Why am I like this? Or as I like to pronounce it. Yummy, like this. So this thing here is where our trains will eventually end up. And by that, I mean there are rails everywhere. Coming from the station,
this is an
over
actual
cliff
roller
sides,
coaster.
impossible loops that don't really make sense. And then, you know, all kinds of stuff. This part probably wasn't necessary to get the job done. But boy, it sure is fun. And it doesn't really improve once we get to the main mess. You can...
Do you know what this looks like? This looks like a fucking like toy racetrack. You put 2 fucking dinky cars in it. You press go and they just spin around themselves.
You can kind of tell which one's for trains and which aren't, because the train ones are just a lot bigger. Either way, before we mess with these any further, let's head back to our starting platform and make sure this thing works at all. Now leaving station sand cesspool. So the first part of this journey is real obvious and easy. We pick up great speed as we enter the big avalanche of stuff. I like to think of this as the world's weirdest weirdest roller coaster.
Yeah.
Full of twists and turns, clipping through the rock face entirely, and in general, just a whole lot of completely unnecessary twists and turns. But really, what would the point be if it were straightforward? Besides, this gives you a chance to take in all these glorious views, and then eventually you find yourself on the other side, and thank goodness there's no clipping, because I can just build these rails over rails. What a space-saving convenience, with probably no consequences whatsoever. And then before you know it, we arrive at the other station safe and sound.
Nice.
Yummy like this indeed. And if this train were pulling cargo behind it, this little claw thing would unload it before the train goes back on its way. So let's go ahead and finish this track. So the whole thing is...
So this is what you're supposed to do. Not but a bunch of tractors launching through the air.
One solid loop of amazing cargo management. Besides, you saw how quickly we did it the first time. This won't take long at all.
No.
And then before you know it, ta-da! Track is complete. Excellent. Setting up this behemoth of rails and other crap only took...
I don't even know what's rail. I can't tell. Like, there's so much here, I can't actually tell what's rail.
A mere 4 hours. Good God. I mean, the good news is I didn't know that this base could get any weirder looking. It turns out there's always room to improve. So let's pretend you're this up-and-coming rail car just about to pull into the station. Now you can just keep going and have yourself the return journey of a lifetime.
Nice.
Commingling with all these conveyor belts in the most claustrophobic way possible. Wow, what a palate cleanser. Honey, I'm home. Round trip only took 10 whole minutes. What a thrill ride. Now that the train tracks are all set, the next thing we need to do, we need to take all these materials here that are currently just waiting for something to happen to them, and we need to funnel them all the way back over to the train station. So first things first, I'm adding a freight platform, which if we come around to the other side, we can see that it's got ports for us to feed in the goods. That's where the supplies go to get on the train. So first we're going to build a bunch of these things. Snazzy giant containers. Now these two on the right are for receiving items. We're not going to need those because we're only sending stuff out from here, which means connecting this container over to this thingamabob here. And same with the bottom one for basically no reason. There we go. The conveyor belts are running and hungry for supplies. So basically previously we had all of these supplies funnel through one belt already, which is this one right here. Instead, we're going to run these supplies over to that container that we set up. There we go. And now supplies go in. And on the other side, they pile out, conveniently going into our cargo thingamabob so that we can more easily transport everything. What a lovely system we've made for ourselves. Now, the next step is we need to add a freight car like that.
I mean, you say easily transport. It takes about 10 minutes for the train to go around. This is going to take a while.
That way the train's going to pull.
But hey, while you're doing it, you can build the other train from the other base.
Into the station, deliver to us some sweet, sweet cargo, and then off it goes for a magical journey. And it sure is hauling ass with that cargo. What a harrowing journey it must be going on. And then before you know it, here comes our bountiful cargo. Choo choo. Quickly use your grippy fingers to take that off my hands. And just like that, glorious supplies.
Yay!
And then the train starts its journey home to get another haul. Well, if one thingy of cargo is good, surely more is better, right? I mean, really, how many of these can we add? Because I'm just gonna keep going until it stops me. So based on initial estimates, no, there is not a limit to how many train cars you can put on this thing. Like, it's kind of hard to see because it's just more cacophony in here. I mean, I just kept connecting and connecting
you just keep
and I think I've got like 100.
I wonder if you just keep going. Like, you could just have unlimited cargo. Like, the front of the train could be up the arse of another cargo. And it's just an endless loop of one taking off and another putting it on and just constantly putting it on and off.
46 before I gave up, because there's a point where I want to keep adding them, but when you get too deep into this stuff, you just can't see anything. So I guess let's see how this does. Hi-ho silver. All of this goodness slowly pulling into the station. And go ahead and load cargo container number 1. Oopsie daisy, drop it a little forcefully, see if I care. And now moving on to the next one. Or not. Okay, you're just gonna take the one, huh? Oh, silly me. I didn't set up the station correctly. I selected one load and unload, not all of them like I was supposed to. Well, it's still not stopping, but I think that's probably okay. And you know, I kind of like the idea of using all of this freight, all for just one cargo container, followed by 8 bajillion empty ones.
No, but while there's room now, you need to start connecting more. You need the whole rail to just be cargo holders.
Yeah, the more I think about it, the more I feel like this is the right way to do it. I mean, he's impressed. See? Really impressed.
I don't think
honestly,
he knows what's
so
going
far,
on.
so good. It's just slowly making its way downtown. Yeah, just shove that out of the way. It's of no concern to you. It failed where you're succeeding. Come on, you can do it. Push. Come on,
train.
Pick up some speed. Would these drones say no? I don't think so. They keep climbing.
Those drones are about to die from energy costs.
I don't care that you're pulling 8 bajillion cars behind you. I expect you to accomplish the impossible. Oh yeah, definitely the optimal way to be transporting goods at 1/1,000,000th a mile an hour. Strike
Jesus
that 0.
Christ.
Are you telling me there were consequences to this?
Stopped?
Well, this is stupid. Can't I like get behind it and push or something? Hey, wait a minute. This gives me an idea. I will just give it a little push with my own rail. Okay, now remember, all we need to do is give it a little push. Watch out, help coming through.
Oh my god!
Oh, it would appear we've caused a minor derailment. I mean, most of it's still on the tracks, and the important part is the head of the train felt nothing at all, and is still not moving. What if I send another train in? What's the worst that could happen?
Just keep sending trains until it goes. Okay, they're not very stable on that track.
As well as expected. Okay, you know what? I have kind of an idea. So this is the thing that's stuck. There's got to be some way to move this, and I think I might have just the idea.
Oh, no.
Is it possible that we can use jump pads for this? So let's go ahead and put a platform, and then a jump pad. And now with this thing ready to operate, all we need to do is give this a little push. This is going to be easy. So all I'm going to do is set up a rail that's going to go right into this train car. And in theory, if we hit it just right, it should roll back onto this bounce pad and do a little something like this. Couldn't be more simple. But to give this rail some impact, we got to give it a really long running start. How long, you wonder? How about a little something like this? You know, something that goes up and up and up and up, and at the end of it all, there's a train up here just waiting for liftoff. We're so high up, in fact, that we're eye level with our hyper cannon, and also so high up that we're up here with the fog where the air is thinner. So the question is, once we get up there and pilot this interstellar craft, how fast do we think it's gonna go? Well, let's see. Down the hill we go. Okay, so currently we're building speed, just rounding 200 kilometers an hour. Still climbing. Time to collide.
Holy
but why?
shit!
I was only going at the speed of light. Okay, what if we nudge it a little bit nicer? Well, that one down there sure felt it. But unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be the case that this thing can interact with the jump pad. But that doesn't mean I don't have some other ideas. Like if we put a ramp right here, what do we think will happen? Well, let's see.
Oh my!
Well, that was pretty good, but not all the way to the other station good. All right, I got one more idea. I don't know if this is gonna work, but we have to try. Maybe what we need is to give it a nice little nudge. There we go. We built like a crappy little tunnel. And if all goes according to plan, this thing will sail right inside it. Oh, how I love doing research with giant multi-ton death machines. Hey, look, it made it, even though we didn't. Well, that seems to have done the trick. And now we're gonna see if we can try something else. We're gonna run this rail right through it, and we're gonna see if we put a train down right here, if when we drive this thing, we can just nudge it. And oh boy, we sure can, kinda. I think you can probably see where this is going, right? That's right, we're gonna build a much larger tunnel than that. We're gonna drag it all the way there. Now, we can't do it by hand because the thing has no cohesion. And we can't use the vehicles because that also doesn't work. So train tracks it is.
To use the train.
Ah, yeah, there it goes. Just a quick nudge up an otherwise really long corridor. Easy. Come on, we're just gonna keep on pushing it. Come on, come on, come with me. That's right, keep on pushing. This is not how I thought this would work, but I'm sure happy it is. And then before you know it, we're at the very end of the tracks, and off it goes.
There we go.
I'm sure it's fine. Wow, look at that landing. That almost couldn't be more perfect. This is where it would have ended up anyway. Wait a minute, what the hell is this? How did you guys get in there? Oh, this simply won't do. Now look, I know the cargo basically made it here, but it looks like we've got some cleaning up to do. Yeah,
man,
run
leave
from
the
me.
dogs.
So I hope you enjoyed what we did here. There's a lot more to come, but we're gonna cap it for now. So I hope you had fun. I know I did. And
I did too.
Hey, now that you've got some free time, why don't you go check out City Skylines? You can check it out for free right now.
I have another video.
Between November 10th and
we have the final part, the finale of this series. Is there a season 2 on the way? All right, next video. Hey, Joe, 85% of you is not subscribed. Do you know what I call that? Bitch mentality. So subscribe and turn on notification bells so you can get notified for every video that I upload. Anyway. Bye. Back to the video.
Hey there, it's Josh. Welcome back to Let's Game It Out. Yeehaw! It's time for Satisfactory. The game is officially out after many years in early access, which means it's time for us to jump back in and see what new wild stuff we can do. My save game still works, by the way. The same save game I've been using for the last 5 years. But a lot has changed since the game first started, and nothing is more telling than looking at our unlocks. Like, at some point, this whole menu got confused. Some stuff is updated, some stuff isn't. I can't even tell what's new and what's not anymore. So for that reason, we're gonna leave all this behind and dive into a brand new world. Hey, speaking of diving in, you ever thought about diving into a new browser? What about Opera GX, the browser for gamers? You ever just want to have a little more fun with your...
I use Opera as my personal browser, and then I use Google as, like... for when I'm recording. I have 2 separate browsers for those specific purposes.
Web browser. Because with Opera GX and the GX mods, you can. Over in the GX store, you can choose from a huge amount of official and user-made mods, including the Let's Game It Out mod, and change your background music.
Oh my
Keyboard
God.
clicks. Open and closing tab sounds. Hey there, it's Josh. A dedicated wallpaper, different themes and colors, and you can mix and match to your heart's content. Finally, you can use the LGIO mod and have my voice obnoxiously talking when you open a new tab, while you enjoy this tapestry of medieval goodness, but with some lo-fi in the background.
Now open the tab.
Just like they had in medieval times. And I love to highlight this other feature in Opera GX because I find it really useful, and that's the GX Corner. This is where you can easily keep up with new game releases. What's on...
Hold on, I have a Bloodborne thing, so you can probably hear it. Yeah. Yeah, that's my one. Okay, back to the video.
Sale, gaming news, and all kinds of other stuff. And you can customize the layout any way you want. Oh, and also, switching from another browser is super easy and can be done in seconds. So if this sounds good to you, use my linky in the description and start Opera GXing for free today. And thanks again to them for sponsoring. And now let's see how things are going over, and hey, no, wait, pay attention to me. Well, that was great. Yes, everything looks good outside. I am very excited about what I am seeing. What awaits us this time, only time will tell. Okay, let's get out there, see what's going on. Oh, and can't forget our all-purpose doohickey that I lovingly fondle with my thumb. Okay, first things first. You, drop pod. Let us deconstruct you for parts. And the next thing up is we need to do a scan for the Satisfactory building blocks of life, iron ore. Where are ya? Show me. And we'll see up here on our little radar where it is. Target acquired. Let's go take a gander.
Dude, it's really weird seeing him with actual frame rate now. Because he had so much shit. It's weird seeing him with actual proper smooth frame rates.
The game's also prompting me to pick up leaves along the way, which is excellent because we got these excessive little grabby hands that'll just suction up anything we get close to. And don't worry, you take as much as you can. Go ahead and be greedy. Oh, and there's our target now. A place to get some iron ore. Well, let's hop on down there and... we're fine. Hey, you, get away from that. I have a stun prod for such an occasion. In fact, even though it's walking away from it, I need a beauty bubble. Get out of here. Yeah, that'll teach it. Anyway, back over to this. All we really need to do...
What was the point of this game being on an alien planet? Like, what actually was the point of having all these aliens and shit? There's no reason. It's just there for the sake of being there.
Was approach it cautiously but optimistically, and hold down E to do a little mining. And after a couple of quick taps, victory is ours. Truly, we are conquerors. There is more where that came from, though. We can just keep on hitting this thing, and really, why wouldn't you? And now we have in our inventory all the things we need for right now.
Nice.
Leaves, wood, and finally iron, which we're gonna use to build the hub, the heart of your factory. Let's see, where do we want to put this? It would make sense for us to put it somewhere accessible, but we don't normally do that, so I'm not going to start now.
Put it on
I
a tree.
am a big fan if we can make this work, which doesn't seem to want to be the case. But hang on, maybe I just need to go up there first. I mean, if there can be grass, surely there can be a base, right? Sadly, apparently not. I can't seem to find a place where it'll let me do it. We did, however, find one of these guys. Look at that.
What the fuck is that?
Oh, no. Well, it was good while it lasted. All right, fine. We'll put it on top of this nice puddle. There we go. It looks so good. And also kind of naked. Where's the roof and stuff? And where am I hearing this mewing noise? What is that and where is... Oh, hello. Oh yeah, I forgot all about this. These are supposed to be spiders, but I turned on arachnophobia mode. And so your visor in-game overlays a cat face on top of it. How's that for sweet in-game lore? Anyway, whatever. Doesn't mean we're not going to come over here and smack it. Well, hopefully that takes care of that little problem. You know, I don't think it's going to. Something tells me there's more cats down here. Oh, good. There's another one. Quietly hiding from us. Ugh. Well, no time like the present. Come here. Okay, much better. So we got two...
I don't know why my body just shivered. I think it's because I knew it's a spider. Like, even though I'm seeing a cat, but I know it's actually a spider. And my body is just shivering, man. I hate it.
Components of this thing. We got the crafting bench, where we can handcraft stuff like iron ingots, where we just push the big old craft button and watch the magic happen. One beautiful ingot at a time. And then over here we have the hub terminal, which we can open up, select a tier, in this case tier 0. Choose the next milestone we're gonna work on, bask in the amazing unlocks we get, then we select the milestone, and it sits here and demands stuff from us. In this case, whatever this is. Iron rods, which we make by taking iron ingots and turning them into rods. You know,
how bad are we gonna fill up this
heading on over
factory?
to the side, selecting iron rod, and then craft a whole bunch of those. And then we drag what we need over there. Then it's like hub upgrade ready to upgrade the hub. I'm sorry, I just don't understand. Could you say upgrade and hub one more time? Oh, hey, and you did. Thank you. It's also clear to me now. Okay, we did it. And for our troubles, we now have a frame. And that's how it goes. Now we can do hub upgrade 2, just like the first upgrade, which gave us an equipment workshop, portable miner, and another hand equipment slot. Hub upgrade 2 gives us stuff like a smelter, power line, copper ingot, wire, cable, and another thing we can scan. Yeah. What a deal. And now they need more stuff. In this case, iron rods and iron plates. No problem. We'll just go ahead and craft these. And then once that's done, upgrade again, and then watch as more stuff appears. Boom. Oh my goodness, now there's a room.
Have a roof.
And it's under construction, just like my GeoCities page. Oh, and also a chest for, like, hiding stuff in an organized manner. That's kind of what containers are, right? And what might this other room be? Ooh, empty. How full of possibilities. I hope something exciting happens with my crying corner, and we'll know when we do hub upgrade 3, which incorporates not just plates and rods, but also something new. It's wire made from copper, which now we need to go find. No problem, that's what scanning's for. Come here, copper ore, where are you? Excellent. Only 195 miles away.
Nice.
Meters. Mile meters. Whatever. What do I look like, a physicist? The only thing that matters to me is we found the ore. Step 1,
we break our legs. We just have to do it at least once a day.
Then go for the pure copper ore chewy center. And then back over at the thingamabob. Take that copper, make it into ingots, which we then turn into wire. Feed the machine. Upgrade the thing. Oh my goodness, and also look at this. It looks like we now have a bed chamber. I call top bunk. And not just that, but look over here. We got our best friend. Oh, and not just that. You can actually use the toilet. Here, take some of this copper I made. And by that, I mean 1 copper. And then we flush it. Yes, excellent. Get it all over the floor and my shoes. Okay, great. And now back to rapid fire upgrades. Select milestone. Add the stuff that it needs. See, there's a thing I don't have. See that it's concrete. And then see that I can scan for limestone. And then I go find the limestone. Excitedly slide on the ground to get to it. Triumphantly defend ourselves from the local wildlife. Thank you for your sacrifice. And then stabby until I extract a lot of stuff. Turn that limestone frown upside down by turning it into concrete. Shove it in the machine. High five that button. And so on and so forth. Give the thing to the thing. Push the thing. Watch as things change again, I think. I actually can't tell the difference on this one. Head back in, go to hub upgrade 6. Laugh heartily at the things it wants because it's so easy for us. And before you know it, we're not even alone on this planet anymore. Oh my goodness, look at this. We've made a friend. Are you trying to land? How about I just stop you? What do you think of that? Aw, I'm just kidding. I didn't mean what I said. Come on back down. Everything's safe.
Wait, was it because I was holding... Oh, I think I put my phone down and I think I put it down the space bar. Is that what?
Oh my goodness, look at this. We've made a friend.
Yep. I was wondering why I was so fast. No, it's because I fucking laid my phone down by the space bar. Fuck. I'm gonna put it back.
Watch as things change again, I think. I actually can't tell the difference on this one. Head back in, go to hub upgrade 6. Laugh heartily at the things it wants because it's so easy for us. And before you know it, we're not even alone on this planet anymore. Oh my goodness, look at this. We've made a friend. Are you trying to land? How about I just stop you? What do you think of that? Aw, I'm just kidding. I didn't mean what I said. Come on back down. Everything's safe. Just kidding. Aw.
Hours later.
Okay, I think I've worked it out of my system. I swear, I'm actually gonna let this thing land this time. And scene. Our very own transport pod thing. At least I think that's what it is. The good news...
Call it Jesus, because every time you send something, it goes straight to God.
News is tier 0 is done. Now we're on to glorious tier 1, which is going to be the foundation for all kinds of stuff. Here's what I plan to do with our little base here. I want everything to come to me. I don't want to have to wander all over the place to find stuff. I want to be able to look at my base and be like, ah, yes, that old thing. I can find anything I need here. Now I know what you're thinking. That sounds kind of organized. Don't worry. It'll be fine. Head on up.
That's a bit too clean for this man.
The stuff sticking out the top, smack, smack, explode. And then luckily to make new stuff, we don't have to go back to base. We can just make it on site here with the crafting bench and the equipment workshop. It's like having a convenience store anywhere you want it, and it's only for you. Anyway, they're worth keeping around for stuff I may need, because you can build actual equipment here. In this case, a portable miner, because we need a few of these, because they're needed to make the bigger miners. Okay, now we can take this little mining building, and it snaps right onto the node. And there it is. What now we have iron. And now that that's done, we're gonna scan for all the various nodes nearby and then put miners down on all those too. And we'll know in our
that sounds too normal. When does it get weird again?
Work is done because they'll have a check mark next to them, which means that all 4 of these ones right here will go from just being white like this to looking more like this. I mean, one of them doesn't have one, because while a lot of these built just fine, for some reason we're having trouble overcoming this giant boulder in the way. Anyway, that handles all the iron nodes for now, as well as any nearby copper nodes, and also this limestone one. And now that that's done with, it's time for my favorite part. The part where we attach conveyor belts to this mysterious black hole where stuff comes out. Okay, out you go, little conveyor belt. We'll just do a quick one so we can see how it looks. Ah, yes, it's perfect. There's no minerals coming out yet because we haven't given the thing power, which is why this is pulsing red. We're gonna run these conveyor belts first, all the way back to our hub.
That's too straight. I need turns, I need twists, I need bends, I need laps. All right, this is too straight for my liking.
And that means running all the belts. And in fact, why not have this one zigzag across this one? Yeah, look how good this looks. Finally, a little art. Anyway, they're all connected now, and I decided...
See, that looks normal now.
that this little corridor is going to be the central thoroughfare, you know, for all of our conveyor belt needs. And I do mean all of them. And eventually, they all do stop right around here, right outside of the hub. And now the next thing up is getting electricity working, which over on our base thingy is where these things come into effect. Behold, biomass burners. You remember all those leaves we collected? Well, now we'll be able to use them for something.
Now we just need to find coal.
Delicious fuel. But first we need to run power to everything. So we'll just drag a power line from that thing over to here. Yep, like that. And there's 2 of them, so we gotta do it twice. There we go. Connected them both. And now it's just about running these power lines pretty much anywhere we want. In the water? Fine. All the way up here onto this thing? Yeah, sure, why not? Okay.
Oh, but you can't put a base up there, no? Why not?
And now everything is connected. And now back over at the biomass burners. The only thing left to do is pull the switch and watch as I blow a fuse. What do you mean? Is this not enough power?
What happened?
What do I gotta do, math to figure this out? Oh, I see. I have to do a little reading. It looks like all of our factories consume upwards of 45 megawatts. And it looks like each one of these generators do 20 megawatts. Luckily, we can build these biomass burners all on their own, which is actually far.
So he can only do 40. But having all those things, it takes 45.
Far more convenient anyway, because instead I'm gonna build them over here near this stuff, just like one here, and also one right there, and then maybe one here. And what the hey, why not a 4th one? And right between all of them, we're gonna put a storage container, which inside this thingamabob, we're gonna shove all of our plant matter that we found. Ah, but that doesn't feel like enough. We can do better than that.
Yeah,
well, with all
we
this
need at least every slot full.
Here, might as well just run around and siphon it all up. I like to think of it as doing a little landscaping. Whoops. Looks like we missed some bushes, and whatever that is. No problem, easily handled. Gimme and gimme, and you get a little nudge. Oh, I'm sure it's just sleeping. Anyway, now we have plenty of stuff. Actually, more than enough stuff. This container's all the way filled, and we have so many more leaves left. Well, that's fine. We'll just build more of these. How about 4, in fact? 1 for each generator. Now all we need to do is run some conveyor belts in an organized fashion, each to their own generator, just like so. And there they go. And then making their way to these various generators to do the hard work so we don't have to. Let's go ahead and reactivate our power. Ah, there we go. And look, there it goes. The true mining has begun. Yes, that's the spirit. Minerals for days. This isn't the end of their journey, though. These minerals do eventually reach the end of their conveyor belt. And near the base, too, we got this really cool looking monument thing. And you know what I especially like about it? It's verticality, which kind of has me wondering, can we just build stuff like above this? For that, though, we're gonna have to unlock some stuff. Over here in the tier 1 base building milestone, we're gonna need to use some of these foundations. So let's feed the base. Oh, joy, and now it's back to a fancy button. 1, 2, 3, launch. Boom. And there goes our supplies right into the upper atmosphere. Or are
Say
you?
Hello to God. Oh my God.
Yeah, I don't actually know if that's gonna affect some stuff. I'll just put the hub back down and I guess we'll learn together. What I can tell you is the thing is still gone. And if I look directly into the sky, beautiful clear skies and one weird little pixel. Hey, what is that pixel anyway? Wait a minute, that's the thing I eliminated from existence. Oh wait, it's coming back apparently. Oh, and here it is again. Okay, I see. We're just gonna pretend that didn't happen. Milestone exchange concluded. Okay, well great. Now we have foundations, which is what we're gonna use to build above our hub. At least that's the plan. Let's do some vertical building and see if it works. And it sure seems to be. We can build across too.
Seems fine.
Well, so far so good. This does appear to be directly above the base.
Pretty sure it's just gonna clip through it.
Can I build something on top of this? Let's experiment by putting a smelter there. Smelt ore into ingots. Yep, looks like it's possible. And we'll go ahead and put that right
I mean, I don't know why it wouldn't be if you put a foundation there, and that's allowed.
The middle. And then from here, we're gonna do some more building up, and then across to make an entirely new level again. And then I can place another smelter. Okay, great. Yes, this is looking oh so great so far. And I kind of like having just one machine per floor. Gives us room to grow up, that is. And with us having all of these materials here, we're gonna need a lot more than 2 smelters. Good thing I spent some time building more stuff. Oh boy, it looks like each one is
it's actually a skyscraper, and each floor is for one machine.
A little less lined up than the last. And now all we need to do is run these things all the way up there. Honestly, shouldn't be too hard. If I just click and then hold, I can make these go a little bit higher. And then thankfully from here, we can just get it to connect all the way up here like this. Ah, that was easy. In fact, you know what? I think we have too much space up here. Let's go ahead and highlight these 3 things and trim this down to a perfect 3x3 grid. And there we go. Nice and even. Now what we need to do is...
What the fuck are they holding on to? How are they attached?
Connect this thing right here, making sure to connect every machine to minerals with a whole beautiful system of dragging our stuff up as high as it'll go. And what an eyesore too. Who doesn't love their spaghetti airborne? I know I do. Okay, so now we got a couple of things covered, like copper ingots, as well as iron ingots. And we've also got limestone turning into concrete. Nice. Oh, you know, I gotta wonder something. If we go over here and use the hub and then launch another pod, is this thing gonna be able to leave?
It's just gonna go through them all.
Yep, doesn't look like anything's gonna stop this. Jesus. Well, that's nice to know. Besides, I don't think it's going anywhere anyway. I think it's just gonna stay up there until it comes back down. And then when it makes its return trip, it does the same thing, using the platforms for leverage before landing smoothly. The future's got cool technology. Now, the next thing we need to work on is building the space elevator, which if you look at it in our building stuff, shouldn't be that hard to build. In fact, I already have most of the things we need. This concrete in particular should be pretty easy. All I have to do is step off the edge, drop down a floor, and wouldn't you know, this one's making concrete. Now this wire, on the other hand, we don't have a machine for this, but we do now, and belt goes in there. To make wire though, we need this belt to connect to copper, which is down here somewhere. At least I think it's down here.
It exists on the floor.
Oh yeah, there it is. And we're gonna want to send it out of the other side of this container. Okay, so let's pull the copper out through here, send the conveyor belt over yonder, and then just find a place where it'll work, build that piece too, and then before you know it, copper's arrived at our constructor, and out comes the wire. Giant, beautiful spools of copper. In fact, while we're at it, since we're gonna need stuff that makes iron plates, iron rods, screws, and cables, I went ahead and built constructors for those too. We got iron ingots going in to turn into iron plates, not to mention other iron ingots popping out to make iron rods that are then getting transported all the way to the top conveyor belt, and then shoved into another machine to make screws. And of course, we can't forget about the copper wire, which goes in looking like this and then comes out looking like cable. And now that we have all the supplies we need, let's build the space elevator. Oh god, you know, looking at it now, I don't think this is gonna fit. It seems a little too big for the space provided.
Increase the platform.
Just this once, we're gonna make this platform bigger. Okay, there we go. The impossible is now possible. And there it goes, getting built.
Now this is gonna look very sexual.
And if I recall it.
And what's even worse is it's on top of the tower, so it really just looks like the tower's upside down, and that's its legs.
Does a little song and dance, or whatever we want to call this. And then I think something else is supposed to happen, but I can't remember quite what it is. Oh yeah, oh you know, never mind, I remember now. It's burned into my memory forever. And there you have it, our very own space elevator. And what's that above this? Is that new? It looks like there's more stuff up there. I guess we'd have a better idea if it wasn't so cloudy. Well, either way, let's see what this has to offer to us. So basically we need to get through phase 1, also known as make smart plating. 50 to be exact. And you're probably like, what are smart plates? Well, I'm so glad you asked. We actually unlock an
Not this man, anyway. He keeps dying.
Tier 200 part assembly, which also unlocks a bunch of other advanced stuff. Assemblers, rotors, modular frames, all of which I think we're gonna need to build that thing. Well, be careful there. You're gonna hit the space elevator. On your way up to that thing, oh, hey, we can see it now.
What the fuck
I guess
is
that's
that?
where a little transport.
What is that? Is that like a fucking spaceship?
Our thing goes up to the mothership. And now that this is unlocked, this is how it's gonna work. We need to shove components into here so that they can get sent up here to whoever lives up there. Although first I need to know if we can keep building up, because I sure would like to know if we can keep building vertically, since it's oh so fun.
Like how far
and the good
can
news
we
is
go?
It looks like we can indeed build right through it. I think it's highlighting yellow to let us know it's gonna clip through things. As if we care. In fact, I think it looks better this way. Anyway, this is how smart plating works. To make it, we need these two things. Reinforced iron plates and rotors. Once we have both of those things, we can run a belt from each into this assembler. But to make reinforced iron plates, we'll have to combine plates and screws, and rotors are a combo of rods and screws. So basically, we need 3 assemblers. Well, I guess it's a good thing I built those then. Now it's just a matter of configuring each one. You will make reinforced iron plates, which means hopping down here. This won't kill me, will it? Oh, nice somersault. And by that, I mean using the conveyor belts to climb all the way back up, pull a conveyor belt out of here, which is where the iron plates are coming from, and then send them past the space elevator using this absolutely abysmal looking system to get the plates up there. But hey, it's hard to argue with success.
I mean, hey, it works, right?
All that matters is that they made it to the machine, and then we just head on over to the screws and do it again. And yes, by do it again, I of course mean to add on to this thing. Ah, yes. What a visual splendor. And now we only need to do this 4 more times. Thankfully for when we're gonna make rotors, one of the things we're gonna need is screws, which thankfully we already have up here. So all we really need to do is run a splitter. And once we have that, we can just split them off and feed them into the next machine. And similarly with these rods, we're gonna use a splitter and use that to send rods up above. Yes, yes, come with me. Join this masterpiece. And now that we have the reinforced iron plates being made, as well as the rotors, we just have to wait for them to do their thing until we have enough of them. Then it's time to take them and feed them into the next machine where they will make the smart plating. And then that smart plating goes into the space elevator. Wow, just look at it go. And that means loading is done. And now seal it with a kiss and watch as it plunges. And now send. Oh, and it looks like it's getting ready to send. Or is it? Can't be too sure about that. Distribution platform completed. Yeah, it looks real complete to me. Oh, it's so peaceful all of a sudden. What about you up there? Oh, hey, that thing's still up there. Whoa. Oh, and it seems to be growing exponentially. Either I pissed it off or this is what happens when you feed the space elevator. I wonder if they're as confused as we are how it built off nothing. Oh, okay, bye. We'll just go ahead and put it back where it was now, as we watch it build up and through all of our stuff again. It's so weird every time. I couldn't help but notice this thing is still taking the smart plating, and the reason for that is phase 2 needs not only those, a whole 1,000 of them, but then also these 2 things. Well, let's get started. As you can see back down here at the hub, we now have tiers 3 and 4 unlocked, which is good because the next thing I want to focus on is coal power, because it's only a matter of time until I run out of biomass. In fact, look at this. Some of the machines have
saying it like that does not sound right. It just doesn't sound right. Coal power.
already run out, which means eventually our power is just gonna stop. So let's get this one underway. Oh, how I'll never get tired of watching that thing clip through all my stuff, and then fly up to all that stuff up there, and then parks and rots. I mean, I get it. I love to sit and rot too. I don't even think I would have come back. So the first thing we need to do to get coal working is we need to locate where the coal is. Hey, see, there it goes. What did I tell you? We ran out of power. Never has there been a better time to find coal. It looks like the closest is this one. Well, time to get going. Good thing we can speed it up by sliding. You know what's nice, too? If ever I feel like I'm lost, all I really need to do is look around, and eventually I'll find this. A factory that looks like a 3-year-old's coloring book. And that's how I know I will always be safe. Okay, getting closer. Only 350 meters away. Oh, good, I think I found it. But we have new problems. Like that I'm taking damage.
It's just surrounded by poison.
Just for being in here. But hey, look, I found it. Blah. Great, here's our coal. Thankfully, we can put down a miner from all the way back here. It's that easy. As well as conveyor belts, which I'm gonna slowly run all the way back home. Here's the thing, though. I have a certain aesthetic I'm going for here. If you recall, back over here at my other mining facilities, we have a certain flow. And by that, I mean everything is running through this one space. And so we're gonna continue that, you know, to maintain the beauty of my factory. So what I mean to say is, we're gonna run this conveyor belt all the way around, instead of straight across, which is is why from this miner here, it goes up here, then all the way down this cliffside, before heading into the water and then back out again, and then finally back over to the...
Listen, man, you need to wash your minerals before you use them, alright? It's like when you're cooking with vegetables. You just need to give them a quick dip before you cook them.
green part of the game. Run free with the local wildlife until eventually you pop out where our biomass burners are, and then we're back in home sweet home. I did also run around and grab a whole bunch more plants, as I still need these things running for just a little while longer. Just long enough to get the coal running. Ah, yeah, there it goes. Sweet, sweet coal. That sure is taking its sweet, sweet time. How long is this going to take?
Before it gets there.
Let's find out.
45 minutes.
It took 45 minutes. 45 minutes for it to reach the rest of my stuff. And this isn't even counting all the time it's gonna take for it to go down this conveyor belt all the way over to this thing. So I guess it's a good thing I ran by all the other coal locations and then added miners to all of them. I sure hope that means we have enough coal now. Also, the process isn't done yet. Even after we find a place to put the generators, you may notice there's two ports on the end. This one on the right is where we bring in the coal, and this one on the left is gonna be for water. Because while this thing works, it needs to be cooled. And yes, what I'm saying is we need to bring water to it all the way up there, which is of course going to involve building more platforms, because the things we need to make, like this water extractor, it requires copper sheets, which luckily is easy. It's just copper ingots turned into sheets, but we still gotta make the machine that can do it and make sure that we have copper going into it. You know the drill at this point. Basically just run around.
It's a rinse and repeat of everything.
And survey all this garbage until we see somewhere that has copper. And I don't know, this machine looks like it can spare some. Otherwise, there wouldn't be a queue. So we'll just add a conveyor splitter, pull some of that copper away, and there we go. Crisis averted. Horrific mess extended. And now that we've got these things being manufactured, now we can make all kinds of fun stuff, because we're also going to have to mess with pipes. And luckily, right down at the bottom of our big tower, there is a whole bunch of water. So I got a feeling we can just pull from here.
Holy shit, you can actually survive that? It's Minecraft physics.
If it's good enough for that thing, it's good enough for us. See, the water extraction thingy fits perfectly. Except you see that port where the water's gonna be pumped out of? We're actually gonna rotate that over this way. I swear this will make sense. Because after all, we can't just take the pipe and just run it straight on over to...
Oh, you need to loop it around so it goes with the zigzag. It goes with the pattern.
This thing. No, sir, we have a system, which is to say this pipe network needs to flow through the same corridor as everything else. After all, this is how water wants to be traveling, right? And I'm realizing something I can actually do here is that I can actually run these pipes straight up like this. And actually, for that matter, we also have conveyor belt lifts used to move resources between floors. I don't know, our system seems pretty effective. So I don't think I'll be going straight up the side of the building. This just seems so much more classy. Yes, that's what we'll call that. Classy. So very classy. I like it. It's like a water park gone horribly wrong. And now that the coal is also going in there, now we have nice fresh coal power. Or actually, I don't think it's working. What do you mean you're not getting any water? I mean, the water thingy appears to be working, or at least it's on.
I think it just needs to get there.
And if we look over at the pipes, look at that. That's a good thing. That means that water is actually pumping through it. All right, explain to me what's going on. Okay, I see. We're getting okay flow rate. And as we can see, as we go further down, things are still pumping like they should. I don't know. So far, so good. Even as we enter this mess where all of our conveyor belts are, it looks like the flow is still pretty all right. But as the pipe keeps going and we get closer to this thing, the water is now just non-existent. No problem, easy fix. All we need to do is make pipeline pumps. Attaches to a pipeline to apply head lift. Well, those are some fancy words and I'm not an engineer, but I think what it means is once I build one of these things, it starts doing whatever it's supposed to do. In this case, I think it's really getting the flow rate up, because if we head way further down, what used to be empty is now all the way full. Well, good, that seemed easy. And it carries on even as far as this pipe, where it's not quite as much. And then if we head up here and look at this pipe, oh no, nothing is there. Whatever, I'm sure more pumps solve everything. For the next one. See, there it goes. Anyway, you get the idea. Basically, the pumps do the hard work of making sure this water keeps flowing. And excitingly, this process works. And it works all the way to the coal factory, which is now online and working like it should.
Let's go.
We've done it. We have sweet, sweet coal power running. And since we have 7 lanes of coal, obviously we're gonna need 7 generators and 7 total water pipes. No problem. I'll just build as many of these things as will fit in the river. But what? Hey there, it's Josh. Welcome back to Let's Game It Out. We're checking out Shapes 2 today. Thank you. Water keeps flowing. And excitingly, this process works. And it works all hard work of making sure there's water. See, there it goes. some fancy words, and I'm not an engineer, but I think what it means is once I build one of these things, it starts doing whatever it's supposed to do.
Yeah.
In this case, I think it's really getting the flow rate up, because if we head way further down, what used to be empty is now all the way full. Oh good, that seemed easy. And it carries on even as far as this pipe, where it's not quite as much. And then if we head up here and look at this pipe, oh no, nothing is there.
Probably because there's a sharp U-turn right there.
Whatever, I'm sure more pumps solve everything. See,
yeah,
there it goes. Anyway, you get the idea. Basically, the pumps do the hard work of making sure this water keeps flowing. And excitingly, this process works. And it works all the way to the coal factory, which is now online and working like it should. We've done it. We have sweet, sweet coal power running. And since we have 7 lanes of coal, obviously we're going to need 7 generators. And 7 total water pipes. No problem. I'll just build as many of these things as will fit in the river. But whatever, if it works, it works. And boy, howdy.
Dude, it's like a fucked up crab.
It doesn't work. This definitely didn't take me hours and hours of time to make sure that water would flow through all of these individual pipes. So
dude, it doesn't even look like a factory anymore.
We can get water all the way to the very top. But what's important is it worked. All the coal factories all the way down all work like a charm now. And
right at the bottom there, I don't know if you can't really... You can kind of see it behind my head. It looks like a fucked up crab. Like really long legs.
And now I'd love to celebrate this momentous occasion by sending more crap into the space elevator. Doesn't seem too hard. We'll just make versatile frameworks and automated wiring. No problem. We just need to head over to tier 3 and unlock basic steel production, which gives us a foundry, which the iron ore and the coal combine to make steel ingots, which we can then use to make steel beams and steel pipes. And before you know it, a versatile framework is born. And oh my goodness, we're having twins. And into the space elevator they go. And now that that's done, all we need to do is head over to tier 4 and right on over to advanced steel production, which gives us industrial beams, stators, motors, and finally it all comes together to make automated wiring.
It's almost like we've been here before.
Which is now being shoved into the elevator. And all it costs us to set this up is a whole bunch of more machines and a more horrific amount of conveyor belts. Like every time we add something, I gotta drag more minerals all the way up. For example, when we needed concrete for those encased industrial beams, we had to take this concrete, run it all the way up, and then it climbs basically up the entire tower. All the way from here up to about here.
Jesus Christ! Holy shit, man. I can't even tell what's going on.
Until it eventually peels off to go into one of these machines. And then before you know it, the elevator is full. And seal. But before we send all that stuff off, I had kind of a thought, which is looking up at all of our stuff, we're not that far from this thing. So I kind of wonder, can we stand on top of it? And the only way we're gonna know for sure is if we build up to it. And that's why I built this thing.
Oh my god. It's the Tornado Mark II. It's got a bit of a turn to it.
Quite a tornado. It's more like a twisty thing. And you may notice the higher up we got, there seems to be some structural problems. Because the higher up we got, we started to run into some invisible walls. Presumably because of how close we are to this thing. And for a while I could just go around it, but at a point I just couldn't keep building. Luckily we're able to remedy that issue by building off to the side, which not only serves its purpose, but looks great. And you might be wondering, why did I build so high? Well, I can demonstrate why. You would think I could just jump down, but no, there's an invisible barrier. Observe! Ow.
Oh, nice.
But now here we are walking on a flat surface I guess we just can't see. And what's great too is if we just look at the space elevator, we can access it from here. So now it's time to send and see what happens. Okay, well so far so good. I see nothing happening. Nope, that was something alright. Okay, now things are moving. Or well, things were kind of moving. Oh, maybe this is it. This is all that's happening. Oh, I see. Well, I'm glad to see the space elevator is still building while I fall to my death. The sacrifice was worth it to see you grow big and strong. Really enjoying the view from my corpse. Well, this has been a fun start. I'm really enjoying building vertically. And the nice thing as we look at our weird creation is we clearly have lots of room to grow. I want to thank Opera GX again for sponsoring this.
But unfortunately, as far as I can tell, this is the end. Oh no. I want to look up what is the finale of the space elevator. What does it look like? Okay, yeah, this is like the most complete one that I could find, which looks pretty cool, not gonna lie. Anyway, hope you enjoy. I'll see you again.